Yo, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Bitcast episode 7. Gonna talk about the Bitcoin chart again, and then I want to take a look at an altcoin play that I've invested in, kind of why BTC has been on the downturn. You know, I look for altcoin opportunities usually when BTC is going down or if it's ranging. And if another altcoin is showing good support and is rebounding, if BTC goes down, it could be a good opportunity to trade the altcoin BTC pair to ultimately accumulate more Bitcoin while the price is low. So we'll talk about that. So where we're at, not much has changed. Bitcoin still looks bearish. We're still above this 6,500 range. See, we came down and kissed it right here. So as long as we're above this, I think we can remain bullish for the medium term. If we go below that, I'd be a little worried. As you can see with the volume profile, there's a ton of volume right here. So it's going to be a tough level to crack, even though we blew past it from the bottom. I think that's just because of the strong reaction we had from the bottom. But since we're kind of taking the steps down, I think it's going to be a tougher level to break. But that could be the final level that we touch before we're finally seeing a bounce. As you can see, it looks like we're breaking back down. We tested this area up here. It failed again. We're coming back down. I like to look at the Ichi cloud to help me kind of potentially see where the market could be going. If we look at this red area, the cloud, price has respected it. Like this area down here was down here before all this price action even happened, so it did a really good job of forecasting what was going to happen with price if it entered the cloud. So when it entered the cloud, what would have been a good trade is if you opened a short, like right here, when price closed inside of the cloud, it would have been a great short all the way down to here. But, of course, you would have had to hold through this spike above the cloud, which would have been tough. But if you had your stop above this level here, you would have been golden. So anyways, the cloud is a good tool to use to project price where it could possibly go, to find different levels of resistance. So you can see down here at the bottom of the cloud, it's showing the same level of resistance that I was talking about right here. So I think we could see the price drop down to right here, bounce off this level, and then hopefully when we get to the edge of this cloud, we're not breaking to the downside of the cloud, we're breaking to the upside. So what I'd like to see is, I think, if we look at the dates here, this cloud, January 6th, the week of January 6th, between the week of January 13th, hopefully we can see price start to move this way. You know, maybe we get a retest down here, and then price starts to climb up this edge of the cloud. If it gets outside of the cloud, it's going to be bearish. We don't want to see that. But like I said, there's a lot of confluence around this area. This is like right around the golden ratio and the fib retracement. So I'm not looking for shorts. I mean, there's scalpers out there, a lot better traders than me that are looking for shorts, and, you know, go for it if that's what you're into. But I wouldn't be shorting down here. This is where I would be accumulating. I think this is just a correction in a big run-up, which will ultimately lead to continuation into the bull market into 2020 and into the halvening that will happen in May. So the halvening will happen somewhere around here. Hopefully we can get price above, 10K, above 8.5K to start. That would be nice. So yeah, Bitcoin, not a lot going on. I'm just kind of throwing money at it every month while the price is down here. Yeah, so let's head over to Tezos. I kind of got cut off in my last video. I wanted to talk about Tezos because I decided I was going to get into Tezos, and the reason why is because Tezos is offering staking with interest, and basically all the major exchanges have announced support for Tezos in these staking capabilities where you can earn, I think it's like 5 to 6% interest. So if you buy, a bunch of Tezos and you hold it on the exchange, you can stake it there, and then you will earn, 6% interest on whatever you have staked, which is a pretty good rate of return. I mean, if you think about it, if you just let your money sit in cash, you're not going to get that sort of return. So it incentivizes people to buy it, to hold it, and when you get a bunch of people that are buying it and holding it, what's that going to do to the price, right? So basically, once I started hearing all these rumors and a couple of these OGs that I follow were talking about, how they're getting involved with Tezos and they think it could be one of these assets that overperforms a lot of these other ones. It's a newer crypto, so it hasn't really, if we look at the chart, it hasn't really popped yet. Since it was added to Coinbase anyways, it's been going down. If we look at a different chart, it's got more data. The Bitfinex chart. Let's take this cloud off. We can see, it started at $2 and dropped all the way down to 31 cents at the bottom of the bear market before we reversed. And then it shot up to about $1.81. We had this nice correction here, and then we bounced. This is when all the exchanges basically started announcing that they're going to do these Tezos staking and with interest, and price has been reacting pretty heavily to the upside since then. And I got involved with Tezos somewhere around here. It was like $1.13 is when I first started buying. It retested this level and I bought. And it's performed pretty good since then. This formation is like I don't know if you would call this like an Adam and Eve or like a cup and handle, but once price breaks out of this range, once it breaks out of this top, which it's struggling to do, when you have a resistance level that's been tested up here and rejected a couple times, you can basically expect it to be a tough level of resistance to break, and that's what we're seeing right now. We poked above it, tested it, and now we're sitting back down here. I could see us maybe coming back down and testing this area around $1.40, but so far price has been holding pretty strong. So you like to see that. I think sooner or later this is going to get pushed above this level, and honestly, it's just going to be price discovery. I wouldn't be surprised to see a percent run up the same as a 500% run up. So I could easily see $10 after we break this level, just because for a few reasons. It's a newer coin. It's got these staking capabilities with interest. It hasn't broke out yet like a lot of the other coins. When BTC is ranging like this, a lot of people are looking for places to put their capital. And they look to altcoins, or they look to stocks, or other places that are performing better. And if you're a big Bitcoiner, you try to use these altcoins to accumulate more Bitcoin, which is kind of what I'm doing. So when they see, if the rest of the market is going down and they see, Tezos or another altcoin that's performing really well, a lot of people will move their wealth into that just because it's performing well. They don't even necessarily have to agree with the project or anything. It's just like they look at the chart, they see everything else is going down. They're like, I'm going to put some of my money into this. And I think that's what's going to propel Tezos, and hopefully maybe it even propels the next run, like last year, or before the 2017 run, I believe it was like Ethereum that popped off and then brought the rest of everything up. So maybe we might see something like that with Tezos. But regardless, I'm expecting Bitcoin to eventually turn around within the next couple months. Like I said, I think that the week of January 6th to the January 13th, I think could be key. I think we could range, kind of around this $7,000, $6,500 area, which is great for buying if you're a buyer. You want price to stay down there so you can accumulate more. But I think, 2020, once it rolls around, I think we're going to see some positive price action across the board. And if BTC is going up, it's going to be tougher to accumulate more BTC versus these altcoins. So they have to perform better than Bitcoin in order to accumulate more Bitcoin, right? So I'm playing Tezos. I think this is, I'm playing it medium to long term. I do have a couple separate bags so that once, price gets into price discovery, I'll be able to take some off the table, but still have enough to hold on to long term, and make a pretty good profit. So I'll be taking profits off as it goes up, because my main goal is to accumulate more Bitcoin. And while Bitcoin is lower in price, if this continues to go up, I'll get a better Bitcoin price when I sell it. So, yeah, that's the goal, is just to use Tezos to accumulate more Bitcoin in the long run. But yeah, I like this level it's at. It's testing the highs right now, so, I wouldn't say not buy it, but I would just be cautious that, it could pull back here and maybe retest this $1.40 area. Right now it's remaining pretty resilient. But I think ultimately it's going to, an exchange or a whale, somebody's going to push this into price discovery and it's going to continue to go up. So, let's see, what else we talk about today. Not much going on with ETH. Still just kind of hovering on this level that it broke out of, corrected. I've got a long-term bag of ETH. I think it's gonna perform well in 2020. I'm excited for it. A lot of Bitcoiners, a lot of maximalists like to talk down on ETH. I think it's slow. I think it's one of the best cryptocurrencies out there. But we'll see. Time will tell. That's about all I got for you guys. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.